A Polk County deputy is off the job tonight and facing charges accused of crashing his vehicle while under the influence. The sheriff's office says Josiah Perry flipped his Ford Explorer on Kayville Avenue in Auburndale on Saturday night. He first told deputies someone else had been driving, but later admitted that was a lie. Perry was charged with DUI and DUI with property damage. The 26-year-old resigned after his arrest.
A Clearwater police officer is facing charges accused of driving drunk. Deputies pulled over this man, Jeremy Curvin. This happened late Thursday night for not having tag lights. But they say they soon realized he was also impaired. Investigators tell us that he admitted he had been drinking beer, but he refused to take field sobriety test. So what did the chief have to say? Well, today Daniel Slaughter from the Clearwater Police Department released this statement saying in part, officers see the harmful impact of driving under the influence firsthand and are expected to be an example for the community.
Well, right now, a Pinellas County lieutenant is off the job. Christy Rutz was arrested and charged with DUI over the weekend. News Channel 8's Jamel Lene joins us now live from the sheriff's office, where no one is commenting, right, Jamel?
Oh, that's right. Good evening to you, Josh. The sheriff is not speaking out, and neither is that employee he fired. When we stopped by former Pinellas County Sheriff's Lieutenant Christy Rutz's listed address, we were greeted by the dog. Rutz was arrested over the weekend on DUI charges. A neighbor called 911 Sunday morning saying Rutz was honking her horn. Deputies responded to Wild Acres Road in Largo, where they found Rutz driving in reverse. With bloodshot and glassy eyes, investigators tell us she blew a .14. Pinellas County residents say her behavior doesn't look good.
I think they ought to follow the rules of the department.
Rutz was arrested and fired immediately. Mothers Against Drunk Driving advocates commend the sheriff's swift actions.
My hat's off to the deputy who was put in a horrible position, but did his or her job, did the investigation, found the probable cause, and made the arrest. And then also to the sheriff's office, who has zero tolerance for this kind of behavior.
Rutz worked in the Public Records Processing Unit for 20 years.
Here is someone who is an educated person, a high-ranking official with the sheriff's office, who, when they became impaired, the judgment went out the window and they were caught behind the wheel.
And we have learned that she is currently out on bond. Josh?
Jamel Lene live for us. Thanks, Jamel.
Right now, the vice mayor of Oldsmar is out of jail after a drunk driving arrest. But what about her future as an elected official? Pinellas Bureau reporter Christy McClarty is outside Oldsmar City Hall, where the vice mayor works, with more.
She wasn't working today. We even called and showed up at her house on behalf of the people of Oldsmar who want answers and say they're disappointed.
I just think a DUI at this point for anyone is inexcusable, because not only can you harm yourself or take your own life, but you put the lives of other people in danger.
Tanya Woodward and her husband Alan say they're disappointed in Oldsmar's vice mayor, Linda Norris. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office arrested the 59-year-old at 10:30 Wednesday morning for driving under the influence in her red Tesla. Deputies say Norris caused this 3-car pileup at Hillsborough Avenue and Racetrack Road. No one was injured. They say she wouldn't take a breathalyzer and did not pass the sobriety field test. You can see her here with her head in her hands. Deputies say they found 3 bottles of booze in her car, including an open bottle of Fireball in the center console. 8 on Your Side went to City Hall to get answers.
I have attempted to reach the vice mayor a couple of ways and haven't been able to connect with her as of yet.
The mayor isn't the only one looking for her. 8 on Your Side went to her house and called on the phone. No answer. What do you have to say to the people of Oldsmar that are disappointed?
But I think if what's been reported is accurate, then of course they should be disappointed. They should expect more from their elected leaders.
This isn't Norris's first run-in with the law. Deputies say it's her 3rd DUI arrest.
Obviously, there's a problem. So I hope that we can, as a country, rise to hold our officials accountable for their behavior.
Right now, Norris is still the vice mayor of Oldsmar, but the mayor says he hopes she resigns. He says right now they don't do background checks for elected officials, but he says they may start. More on that coming up at 6. In Oldsmar, Christine McClarty, 8 on Your Side.
Please do not take me to jail. I've worked for the sheriff's office for 15 years.
A woman who spent nearly 15 years protecting children is without a job tonight after deputies say she was driving drunk. 8 on your side's Marco Villarreal joins us from where she was arrested with more on this story. Marco?
Good evening. It was right here on US 19 that she got pulled over, but it was on the drive to jail that she asked for a favor and tried to talk her way out of getting arrested. A black 2019 Infiniti speeding and weaving back and forth between lanes on US 19 North. Pinellas County Sheriff's deputies pull over one of their own.
Hi, Samantha. Hi. How's it going?
Samantha Krinick was a child protection investigation supervisor. On that September 1st, deputies say the 37-year-old had bloodshot and watery eyes, and her breath smelled of alcohol. Running several sobriety tests, first on the side of US 19 and then in the parking lot of a local mall. She admits to the deputy her afternoon included alcohol.
Have you been drinking? What were you drinking? How much wine did you drink?
Which leads to this.
Because you are impaired. I do not have a choice.
In cuffs, she makes a plea to be let go.
You and I are on the same level. Like, we do the same thing. Give some discretion and say, okay, she made a mistake.
Several minutes of begging to be let go finally elicits a response from the deputy.
I'm just giving you the ride. Your actions got you there.
Did I not say that I made a mistake? I made a mistake.
And Samantha Krinick was hired by the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office back in 2005. She has since been let go per their policy. Her next court date, November 20th. Reporting live in Pinellas County, Marco Villarreal, 8 on your side.
We're telling him to pull over. He won't pull over. I'm like, look, I'm still shaking.
A terrifying bus ride.
Exceeding the speed limit, failure to yield. I mean, just absolutely nuts.
Students panic. Their driver ends up in cuffs. What it took to get him to stop.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Josh Benson.
And I'm Stacy Scheibel. Thank you for joining us. A Central Florida charter bus driver is in jail in Highlands County tonight.
Yeah, he's accused of driving a bus with 30 graduating seniors and 6 chaperones on board while intoxicated. This all happened Saturday along Sebring Parkway. News Channel 8's Allison Henning reports tonight from Sebring.
We spoke with parents who were on board that bus who tell us the driver was driving so erratically down this roadway here behind me. They thought he was suffering from a medical episode, but it turns out he's now accused of driving drunk. 55-year-old Keith Edward Shiflett is facing numerous charges tonight, including DUI and cruelty towards children. He's accused of getting behind the wheel of a charter bus while under the influence. The bus was packed with graduating seniors from Sebring High School who were headed to a Daytona Beach water park to celebrate their accomplishments. But within seconds of hitting the road, things turned to chaos when parents on board say Shiflett started speeding and blowing through red lights.
I had my daughter on the bus, and I was thinking, if we get to this roundabout and he doesn't slow down, we're gonna flip. And I'm thinking, all these kids are on here, you know, it was extremely scary.
We're told multiple demands for the driver to stop the bus were ignored.
Everybody keeps telling him to pull over, and he's just not listening.
Meantime, Freddie and Giselle Diaz, who were traveling in their own car, get a panicked call from their daughters who were on board the bus.
We can hear the kids screaming in the background. We can hear everybody screaming in the background. So we kind of took off.
And with no hesitation, they jumped into action, putting their own vehicle in the bus's path to get the driver to stop.
If something would have happened, I couldn't even forgive myself. I don't know what I would have done.
Not everyone would put themselves and their wife in front of danger like that, especially a big bus as fast as it was going. So we thank him very, very much.
The charter company's president tells 8 on your side Shiflett has been with the company for 8 years, was their senior driver, and has always passed random drug and alcohol screenings. We are told he has since been fired. Reporting in Highlands County, Allison Henning, 8 on your side.